button. Hopefully that's working. Let me just check one thing. Yeah, it should be working. So Cedric and I were just talking, we're not being very productive, but I did start working on this presentation, and it's supposed to be about SSL. It's for the Dev Fest. I did a call for papers. I think they'll let me in, and I need to get more about this. But I got a bunch of slides. It's going to be silly, but I think you'll learn something. And I'm still putting them in there. And I'll put a whole bunch of slides in, and then I'll try to rearrange it and edit it. And yada yada yada. I was showing Musa. I was showing, like, if you like. Here's an example. There's kind of a game going on where when I put these things in, to make like a little mnemonic, right? Something fun. I'm doing
SWP audio capture not registered.
I'll say chain of like we'll see was edge, and so the title of the thing was edge, so I put edge in here, right? And it's like this. If you go chain of trust, you don't want to put something like that in. Maybe that would have been better. But I was trying to find something with a human thing. I don't know why I keep getting all the army people, but eventually, someplace down here on a chain of trust, where is it? Come on, there we go. This came in. But I'm like, what has that got to do with chain of trust? I don't know. And
which,
it's like,
which image are you referring to?
See right here, like you search for chain of trust.
Oh, are you able to search for? I didn't know you could do that from Google Docs.
Yeah. So like here,
search for images. Wow. Okay. I'm not a big Google Doc user, so this is quite neat. So you can actually search for image on the web and import it into your document.
Yeah. So go back here. So here's the slide, and it's basically a title card and an image, and it's showing the server certificate.
Right.
So in reality, I should say common name, but this is because that's what it is. But it's also a wild card. It's an alias. So see, it says star.google.com. And so, what should I say? So I've got the title as server certificate. So let's see if it puts up like a waitress server or something. I mean, these are kind of boring. Everybody's seen that. That might be something good to put up. I'm trying to find
SWP audio capture not registered.
Something like a human on it, and that's like what? Like I've gotten so many soldier people in here. I could put her in there. That's a human with an anchor. Why does this? Whatever. We'll put this one in. Whatever. Server certificate. It's a Navy guy. It's got. I think that's a Navy, or those are telephone poles. I'm not sure. Just as a kind of a joke. That keeps like this one. This has got pub sub, right? Welcome to Publix. All right, enough of this. Are we ready to do the what do you call it? The lab?
Cedric? Yeah, let's do something.
Exactly. Instead of watching me doing what little I'm doing, and see how serious I'm taking it. Okay, so I want to pull this over. Get my stuff ready.
Martin Stephen.
Trying to find the name of the think it's this one.
Mostly your connection sounded good today. So you resolved the performance issue, or
I think it's just I can't put
SWB
my
audio
finger on it,
capture
honestly.
not
It's
registered.
behaving quite well right now. Internet seems stable. The video is very crisp. But I but I'm not quite sure what's going on. It could be my home networking. I just got this thing. Maybe it's making a dent in the performance issue. The home router is upstairs in the communication closet. I'm downstairs in the office, and so I think the Wi-Fi coverage on the ground floor is kind of spotty. So I just got this pod which is plugged in the living room, which is supposed to help with the coverage. So maybe that is helping somewhat. So hopefully it stays stable.
okay.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten around to, I need to replace this laptop. As you both know, it is quite dated. So I haven't got around to that. So I intend to do something about that this week.
Okay. Well, the new Macs they're out now. So.
Yeah, they are. A bit pricey, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I was talking I made mention of it to my wife. We're getting around time to do some device refreshes. So
Right.
maybe it's a Christmas or birthday present for her.
Well, that would be good. That would be good.
I'm looking through Quick Labs trying to.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Finally found it. Okay. No. I found the lab. I found the final lab, not the quest. God almighty.
That's the infrastructure, performing foundational infrastructure task in Google Cloud.
Yeah, I found the challenge lab. I'm trying to get rid of it. So here we go.
Quest/118.
Let's see. Indeed. Now, so are we on Cloud IAM Quick Start or Cloud Monitoring Quick Start? Let's see. We've got Cloud Storage Quick Start in the thing, and we've got the CLI version in the thing. Okay, so we've got the first two optionals complete. Okay. So we need to be doing this one. And I've done this one before, but I'll put it in the chat.
All right.
This one, Cedric. Let's do this one together.
SWB audio capture not registered.
So we're going to talk about the identity and access management, permissions and the cloud resources. Cloud IAM unifies access for Google Cloud services in one single system and provides consistent set of operations. In this lab, we'll learn how to assign a user and remove the roles from associated Cloud IAM. More specifically, cited two different sets of credentials and experience how to gain or revoke permissions with Google Cloud, project owner, and viewer roles. So looking at the setup, we have, when we log in, we'll have 2 different users. We'll sign in as the first user, agree to everything except the EULA's term of service. And we'll open a browser and sign in as a second user.
So I presume you have to use a incognito window for that. Is that it?
Yep.
To keep them separate?
Yeah, either use an incognito window, or if you have multiple browsers, that works well as also.
All right.
It's 45 minutes. Those are good. I like a 45-minute one. You know, it's not going to be too much to do it one time.
We'll go and look at the list of users. We look and view the roles, the different types, the viewer, editor, owner.
SWB audio
Display
capture,
editor
not
as
registered.
user 2. Let's put it back to 1. We'll test the resource, upload a simple file. Then we will view the access as the second user. Remove the project access for user 2. And we'll verify they no longer has access. Next thing we'll do is add storage permissions. Nothing there. So just moving through the menu. I am getting comfortable with that. For user 2, we'll verify the access. And we should see a permission. We'll do that from the console. And that is the end of the lab.
I think on this one, because if I remember correctly, you see how like in the view or reset the user in a browser tab, they're showing like you're signing out and signing back in.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, this was a drag for me because it was like when you clicked on the links back, it would always try to, even though I was in incognito, it was trying to like put me in davisjf@gmail because I'm logged in like that in order to do the lab itself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you're logging in as students.
SWB audio
and
capture,
now you're
not
trying to do 2
registered.
different students. It was a drag. I remember this. Maybe this will be improved in Chrome Incognito now. So,
All right.
I got my editor open and I'm ready to hit my start lab button if you're ready.
All right. Do you want me to drive while you take notes?
Yeah, and I'm gonna do the lab simultaneously.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right. So all right, we'll get ready to start. Mostly any questions before we start in? Gone through and reviewed.
That sounds straightforward. So I'm just going to be an observer here.
All right.
Okay. All right. I think as we do these, I think it's very good that we do a review before we start to just kind of go through all the steps. So if there's anything there, we could look it up and research it before we go in.
You're gonna share your screen, right?
Yeah, I'm about to share it now. Okay. Remind me at the end, I have the Google ACE book, the study guide. So
okay.
Definitely, if you don't have that, it's a good book, good reference to have. I've got the hard copy, but digital copy works well also. But I'm definitely getting close here in November to certification time and actually go in and take the test. So whether or not I'm ready or not, by mid-November, I'm definitely at least sitting down one time to take the test. So
There you go. Well, good luck.
thank you.
So,
All
sorry, this is an online test. Is that correct?
I believe you have to sign up. You have to go to like a
SWB
testing
audio
center. But
capture,
now
not
with the pandemic,
registered.
you can do those. You can do all of those from at home. You just have to have a your webcam on, and you'll have a proctor kind of looking at the webcam, looking at your room around you, making sure there's no notes or nothing hidden anywhere that you could use to cheat. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, supposedly they'll ask you to take the camera and do like a 360 of your room or something.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
Start button now.
Yeah.
And sharing screen.
Yeah, John, you're recording, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do believe.
Yeah, knowing myself, I know I'm probably not gonna get the entire thing, but it's always nice to rely on the recording.
Yeah.
For clarification.
Yeah, and we got it's the Rtp-Gcp QLPFIT. I think that's like the initials for Perform Foundational Infrastructure Task.
Right.
All right. So I slid that off my screen. Let's see, opening a private window. So I get my account information for user 1. Going to use the same password for both. All right. So I'm in the system in as the student. Agree to the term of service.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
So then they want me to sign into a console for another user. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use a separate browser. These two different browsers beside each other. Cloud.google.com. Grab that second user.
Yeah, this is like I was saying, it's happening to me. So in the first one, I'm signed in as Google account student A2. And on the second one, I'm signed in as A2. Let me do it again. A2 is the first one. Let me open link a new window. Maybe that'll do it.
So there's my student 1, 253C. And then this one should be 1A. Yep.
Are you using completely different browsers?
Yeah. So the first one was an incognito window, but the second
capture,
one I did that
not
as
registered.
In a different browser.
Okay, this one I put in a new window instead of a new tab, and that one worked. Okay, so good. Move this over here. All right, we're on the same page. I've got student 2 and student 1.
All right. So now I've signed in. And they kind of mention here the view or resetting the user in the browser occasionally is overwritten, yada, yada. And then just to verify, going and looking at your console, seeing who is who. All right, so as user one, I'm going to go and look in the IAM and admin console. So under the navigation menu, IAM, and we'll select IAM. And then I'm going to select the add button. And I'm going to select the new principal. So if I click under role, and what do they want me to do? Project roles associated with project, and click and select role. And then just showing the list of roles that are there. Browse, edit, owner, viewer. And all we're doing is viewing it. So they just showing that it's there, showing
SWB
what
audio
you can select,
capture
but
not
then just hit cancel.
registered.
And this kind of changed a little bit. So I think from the time they did this, it's a little different. This used to be at the top here. This used to be members, where it's now called principals. So if you look at the page that they have in the lab, it's a little different. So I'll hit cancel. Now we're going to explore the editor role. So if I go to the console for student 2 or user 2, IAM. Why is it asking me to see a project? That's interesting.
Oh, I don't think you have a project selected at the blue menu.
Ah, I do not.
All right.
Very good. All right. So now I have project selected. Now I can see the users. So scrolling down, if I look at user 1 and my first user and my second user, I'm going to say user 1 and user 2. These guys here. I should see the viewer role under 2, which I do. And then they want me to go back here under the first user. And I'm going to create a bucket.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Identity, and going down to
Storage.
Storage and using the browser. Gonna give my bucket a name. I'll give it something I can select easily. Nope.
Oh, you wanted to copy that string?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll just use that.
Oh, okay.
So make it something unique.
All right.
Oops. Actually, nope, I can't use that because I can't use capital letters. I'll grab it from here. So just using the project ID for my bucket name. Oh, what did it say? Lowercase numbers.
Dots.
No, there was a space.
Oh, okay.
All right. So bucket, unique name created for a bucket. And just wants me to upload a file into that bucket. So upload files, grab something from here.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
So I uploaded it, but in actuality, I need to rename it. I'll use my triple button here to rename that. And I call it sample.txt. All right. So file's been renamed, sample.txt.
Okay. Check progress.
If I see my check progress, happiness.
Oh, it's happy.
All right. So now I'm going to look at the viewer. I'm going to username 2. And what I should see here is whether or not he can view it. So going back into cloud, storage, browser. And verify he can see the bucket. So it's there. And he can see the contents. All right. And there's the nice little cute image. If I wanted to, I didn't set the public access. Oh, well, so maybe the authenticated.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Because I'm in this browser, the authenticated user will have access to that so he can see it. All right. So a little bit extra on what they're saying here, but truly going in and verifying that. Now, we're going to remove project access for username 2. So going back over here to user 1, going back to identity management. I go down, select user 2. I'm going to remove him from the project by going to the trash can. So his role is now gone. I did that kind of fast. So I'll cancel out. So go into edit. His current role, I go to the trash can to delete. Then I hit save. And now that user is out of the project. So they say it takes about 80 seconds for it to propagate and actually take place. If I come here, back to user 2, I do a reset, refresh. I should not see that bucket anymore. I see it. And if I come in here, do I have access to it anymore? I can refresh here. No, I can still see it.
SWB audio capture,
There it goes.
not registered.
Took a few seconds.
Yep, I guess fine. Waiting for my full 80 seconds there. Let me refresh here, see if it goes away from here.
There you
Yep,
go.
there it goes. So I no longer have access to that. So now if I go to my check progress, it should be green. So now I need to go back and get my username again for student 2. So I grab that from my sheet. And what we're going to do, we're going to go back. We're going to add username 2. We're going to add him back to a storage object viewer. So I'm already here. I'll do my add. Select him as a principal. And we go under find them under cloud storage. I guess I can search for it. It's probably easier.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
I'm trying to do the command line version. We got 29 minutes with this thing.
Okay.
Should be I'm on. I finished the lab, but I'm trying to do the role. Yada yada yada.
Is it me? It looks like cloud storage kind of. Oh, I have to go this route, I guess. Cloud. Cloud storage and object viewer. Oh, cloud storage. Object viewer. Not going to add any conditions to that. Save. And now they want us to do it. Of course, if I go here, it's going to propagate.
It's saying something about storage bucket list.
Yep. Yeah, so that's going to be from the console. So I'm just waiting for it to refresh here.
Oh, okay.
We should get the same thing, but I do need to activate it. So let me activate my shell while we're waiting.
So I'm trying to figure out like how to grant a role to a user.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Using the G-Cloud IAM.
All right. So what I should be able to do here. Oh, now I got to get my bucket name that I created.
Stop.
GSUtil. All right, authorize my API calls.
There you go.
All right, so if I go here, it should also show up. Maybe not. So I guess I have access into the bucket, but I don't have access to the browser, which is probably true because I think all we did was object viewer. So if I go back to this user and I go back and say cloud storage, I guess only the viewer, so I guess I can't see it from here. That's a bummer.
SWB audio capture not
Full
registered.
access control, admin over the resources. So only the API calls. All right.
Cedric, we're going to expire in 2 minutes. I'm going to put the thing over in Slack.
All right.
When this ends, but before we go, can I share something real quick for a second?
Yes. Let me stop sharing. And as of that, once we create that, that is the end of the lab. But I am interested in the CLI commands for that. But go ahead and share.
Yeah, and that's regarding that. So and that's what I'm going to hand it back to you. So right here is my dog is funny. He comes. So anyway, right here, these are the things in the IAM section.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things this is like deleting a custom role. That's literally what it says right here, deleting a custom role. So project updater is a custom role, but I don't see anything about how to assign a user a role. Like we just added and deleted the storage object viewer role, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm sure there's a way to do that, but it's not this, you know. So that's kind of
all right. So the call's about to cut away. When we join back in, let's do some research and see how to do that.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. We'll just hang tight. But I'll let you drive that. I'll paste.
SWB audio capture not registered.
All right. I'm back.
Yeah.
Let me grab something. Be right back.
All right. Very good. You ever seen a Jack Russell Terrier?
That's a dog, right?
Yeah. You ever?
Are those football sized dogs?
Yeah, they're kind of small. They're known for being hyperactive. and crazy, frantic all the time. Well, I didn't realize it, but Dobermans have
SWB
some
audio
terrier in
capture
them.
not
So
registered.
this is a Jack Russell Terrier that's 90 pounds, and he just is a mess. He is a mess. Total mess. I had him outside when I first started this meeting, and he comes over here and rubs his snout on my arm the entire time. Can't type. I'm gonna put him back outside. Cedric, what do you have there? A book?
Yeah, that's my book.
All right, that's good. It's
what happened there?
It's blurring because you got your filter on. There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, just had to get right. So, cloud associate cloud engineer, study guide.
Yep, the ace. That's good.
Neat.
So yeah, I see the creating of the custom roles.
That guy that wrote that book, Dan Sullivan, he comes to these meetups sometimes a lot of times he's in the one that's in Capital Region, which is upstate, or I guess Armont, New York, or it's the upstate meetup group or something. But anyway, all I was doing was I'll post the link here in this chat, Control V. It's the wrong one. For what this page is. Copy and paste. Ooh.
Back to presenting. And I got my two windows up here.
SWB audio capture not registered.
So while we was away, I went ahead and launched my console. So and he posted it in the chat. I won't share that screen per se. So that's adding a role.
Is it adding a custom role?
I'm sorry, that's deleting a custom role. I want, what we want is just permissions.
Yeah, exactly. That was I figured I was looking in IAM, since IAM is what we're manipulating. And I didn't see anything like on a user, like you're not putting a user assigning roles. I wonder what it is. Assign roles. Okay, it says G Cloud. That's the console. Grant or revoke a single
SWB
role.
audio capture not registered.
G Cloud command. Add IAM policy binding. Here you go. This is the right one.
Okay.
Let me paste this for you. And I'm looking down at grant a single role, which is about in the middle of the page. Let's see if I can do that before the time runs out.
So just looking at the syntax of the command, so it's either that you specify an organization or a project, right?
Yeah, so the one that's the correct one,
Right.
I gotta find out what the role ID is. Some role ID.
Is there a way to list the role ID first?
Mm-hmm. You can. I had that on the other sheet.
Okay. I am looking. Actually, there's a way to do that. I can't remember.
If can I show you this what I'm trying to type real quick, and you can help me type it.
Yeah. Let me stop.
You don't have to worry about it. I can share now. So I think that's showing this thing. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So I need the member. So I got to go back and get the member login, wherever that is, which is here. I got 15 minutes. So it's this guy. Copied that.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Control V. Let's hide this. And then the resource ID. It's going to be something like cloud storage, but it's probably that storage bucket, particular bucket. And if we pull up the page, do they give an example? So there they're saying it's member. Okay, it's the same. That's member. We got that right. And they've got roles, resource manager, project creator. So if we create, let's copy that. Over. Control V. Resource manager, storage object viewer, maybe. And this wouldn't be, maybe this is storage object or cloud storage. I have to figure out what the proper thing is. And it sounds like the resource was on a project basis.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if I can copy this.
Highlight the ID.
This one here.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. So I'm going to delete this. Or no, that's not it. It's
SWB audio capture, not registered.
delete, save. Resource type. I didn't modify that.
Yeah, you want to do cloud IAM. So you're replacing resource type with that.
All right. So he had project.
Yeah, project.
There. Okay. So let's try this here. Cloud projects. Plural because you know multiple of them. Add a policy for the project, the member. They were doing it as user colon and then the email roles resource manager project. We're taking a gamble on that last bit.
So it just didn't like the role.
Yeah.
So we just need to be able to list the role at this point.
You have any idea what it would be? Object storage viewer role CLI GCP.
Cloud IAM
Roles list.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
cloud excuse me, cloud projects get IAM policies, then the project name.
Okay, hold on a second. There's this roles/storage. This is just object. All right, very good.
Nope, there we go.
That's from, I think you're on this page. I was just pulling that one and rewriting it. Actually, right there it is.
Okay.
So now this thing, is he going to auto refresh or do we have to refresh it? He's going to take me off that page, I bet you. It's back. I see it right there.
Cool.
All right, so I'll save
What's
this.
that command again? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This. I've been working with this weird keyboard all week, and now I come back to my real keyboard and I'm hitting the wrong things. There's also that is, save this URL here. That's that.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Holy moly. Holy moly. I've got things to, in my lab on my end. I've got things to do today, and that was a pretty good little deal. I really don't feel like doing anything else. GCP related. It's a cinch by the inch.
Yeah, we can take it here and go on next week and move on to the next one. I definitely enjoyed the command line of granting the roles. The thing that I'm looking at as far as identity and access management is creating the service accounts. So I've been reading about that a little bit and just continuing to expand upon that to do that. Yeah. So I'm okay to stop here. If you want to stop recording, we can talk about some non-GCP things.
All right, let me stop that. Yada yada yada. Let's see where it is.
And Musa, you good? Any questions around that?
I'm good.